put this here?
I did. Sure hope that's okay.
Justin Trudeau, the hunky Prime Minister of Canada?
He's not that hunky. Very weak borders. I was just kayaking past, and it looked like you guys could use some help. Everything okay?
No, yeah, we're good. He touched my daughter, but I punched him like 100 times, so we're fine now.
I punched you like 1,000,000 times.
I punched you infinity times.
I punched you infinity plus 1 times.
Damn it!
Right on. Well, then I'll just go do some awesome Canada stuff. Hey, call me if you ever need help moving. Trudeau, away!
Yes, exactly. Trudeau away! How is everybody, my dear good friends? And I hope everybody is very, very well. And welcome to my Friday Frolic, where we just have a bit of a good giggle for Friday and just welcome in the weekend, because, you know, over the last few weeks it's been rather shit, hasn't it? Never mind. Let's see who's in the chat. And yes, of course, my running mate, yes, my good running mate, Billy Kershaw, yes, we're doing Doge, everything's going well, we're doing things strongly, we're doing strong responses. And one of my fantastic moderators, we have Alistair Kerr. I hope you're very, very well. Hello there, Julie Brown. Yes, I'm very, very well. And all my family is absolutely peachy. Hope you're very, very well. Mad Monk, another one of my fantastic moderators. Give us a good like for my moderators, because let's be honest, I couldn't do this without my good moderators here. And let's see who else is. Yes, it just said Julie Brown. Good evening. Yes, my lovely daughter. God's last sis. I hope you well. Yeah, what's up, peeps? I'm not going to do the what's up bit, because I don't want to make myself look really, really stupid. Because as you know, I'm a serious presenter who runs a serious show. Yes, good evening, Reagan elites. I hope you're very, very well. I'll just turn this down a little bit. I hope you're very, very well. And if you're not subscribed to our good friend Reagan Elite's channel, what are you doing with your life? I do silly videos on a Friday while his show is full of serious things that are going off in the world, and you've got to learn something. You've got to go to Reagan Elite's channel. You'll learn something. And yes, the wake up and smell the roseberries. I hope you're well, my friend. And Jeannie Bottle, good evening, my friend. And David McGuinness, another one of the legends. And when it comes to Scottish politics, he's probably forgotten more than what most people will know. Absolute legend. And if you're not subscribed to the two Davies, you really need to. Absolutely. you really need to subscribe. Fantastic live streams, absolutely brilliant. Yes, exactly, my daughter. I'm a serious presenter, as you well know. As being my daughter, you know I'm always serious. No worries, regularly. You lurk away, my good friend. Not a problem. Not a problem. Good evening, Stephen Bidding. I'm expecting a delivery of food and drink any minute. That's what I like to say. Professionalism and preparedness. Clearly you were in the Boy Scouts, weren't you? You know, be prepared, get everything all sorted. Very good thinking. Now I noticed Mad Monk said, oh, change of scenery. Yeah, I just thought I would see if I could sort of like improve my live streams, see if I can make them better and just trying to improve the presentation, that's all. And get better scenes and see how I manage to sort them out, because when it comes to this, I'm still quite the novice in all this. So I'm just learning as I go. But as I say, let's welcome in the Friday Frolic, where what we will be doing is we're going through most of this week's political nonsense, what we have to deal with, and don't you worry. Do you think, as seen as though nothing really much happened in America, there won't be much anything to do with America? Not. But anyway, let's crack on, and let's start off with hot. Got a drink and popcorn. Nice one, my good friend. Nice one, Alistair. But anyway, let's crack on, and let's start off with a bit of news that's hot off the press, where we've managed to find some breaking news about that's, let's just say it's as hot as Brad Pitt's bollocks, and let's just say it's incredibly. Let's. I'm just making sure I'm just making sure I've got this right, because I'm just working out my transitions. I'll get there in the end. Yeah, I thought I'd done it right. Right, I'm with it now. I do apologise, but a bit of hot off the press, which is so hot. There's some leaked documents that are so hot, they're as hot as Brad Pitt's bollocks on a barbecue. Take it away, the fifth column, the ones that's holding this government to account, broken news. Take it away, guys.
Welcome to Broken News. Leaked documents have uncovered one of the biggest political scandals in the history of the UK. They show how one political party was infiltrated to the highest levels. Our reporter has more.
Well, this is the most dramatic and well-lubricated infiltration of any political party since the Trotskys slipped Liverpool City Council a sneaky one in the 60s. And these leaked documents are hotter than Brad Pitt's bollocks on a barbecue. In this bad boy is a claim that Keir Starmer's Labour Party has been taken over by David Cameron's Conservative Party. Meanwhile, Kemi Badenoch's Conservative Party has been taken over by the monster-raving Looney Party, and no one's fussed about the Lib Dems. So on to Labour. Once the party of the working man, now the party of your racist nan. The organisation has splayed itself silly for these right-of-centre entryists, or centryists. And with that in mind, so many Labour policies now make sense. Policies like cutting the winter fuel allowance, keeping a two-child benefit cap, or somehow going from promising £28 billion for our green future to supporting a third runway at Heathrow. In 10 years, the environment might have collapsed like an asthmatic at an orgy, but we'll all have made a fiver. Great. There are other signs of this takeover in here. People who use Netflix and Disney are going to be asked to pay more for the BBC, a sort of stealth tax on the working classes, if you like. And of course, a left-wing Labour government would never do that. And a really telltale sign, the party banging on endlessly about economic growth without once mentioning Brexit. Could we use a different word to oxymoronically in the final paragraph? It is quite hard to say. And when you think about it, it's now obvious. Labour has become an oxymoronically pro-austerity left-wing government, which has, for some inexplicable reason, also decided to go softer than your dad's.
See a guy walk past there. Ooh, hello.
Knob on non-doms. Back to you.
Thank you. Well, in the last few minutes, the Labour government's incredibly effective comms department has issued an addendum to their plan for perpetual growth. It reads, Oh, by the way, that stuff we said before about Donald Trump before, we were like joking, and we think he's quite a nice fella with great hair who we'd absolutely happily let bathe and tuck in our sexy little granddaughter. And just to reiterate, we didn't mean what we said before about all the fascist stuff. Thanks. P.S. Economic growth. What a lovely story. That's all from Broken News. You're up to date.
Yes, what a lovely story. Yes, absolutely. I love the guy. I love the guy who just walked past and. Yes, the part of your racist nan. That made me chuckle. Yes, and I wasn't in the Boy Scouts, but was in the Army Cadets. I left when they told me to get a haircut. Wise choice, Steve. Wise choice. Good evening, Gordon Hunter. Hope you're very, very well. Hope you're very, very well. But yes, very wise. If they're threatening to cut your hair, I'd do exactly the same. They're funny, aren't they, Larry and Paul? I saw Reagan Elites do the other bit where they're doing, where one's dressed up like a Tory. Is it a Tory Lord or Lord Edward Farquhar or something? Whatever. That's quite funny, actually. Had me in a bit of stitches, especially with his Denny Seeley eyebrows. They were fucking massive, weren't they? But yeah, they're not having the best of times, are they, the Labour at the moment? Just jumping in to say hi and hit like button. We'll do catch up, got a visitor. Enjoy Friday Frolic, guys. I'll resurface on Monday. Have a great weekend. You too, my good friend. Good evening. Yes. No worries, my good friend. You do what you need to do. We've got visitors far more important than this ridiculous, silly show. Special on Friday night, but don't worry about it. And have a fantastic weekend, my good man. Good evening, English Viking. Yes, you're very much right. You're a very quite an astute gentleman. Yes, there is a bit of Friday frolicking tonight. Tory Lord Yup was funny, yeah, you had me in stitches, yeah. Especially when they were going to jump ship to reform. That's very, very wise choice. You know, you can't get much shorter than a skinhead, can you? But anyway, say you've got to admire what you call them. You've got to admire the what you call them. Larry and Paul are just hilariously funny. But also last week, as we will go look through as I was looking through the archives and all that, there was a bit of what you could class a bit of an anniversary, wasn't there? You know, where people remember what happened about 5 years ago when on a certain day we got our certain Brexit benefits, didn't we? And who else are we going to? We have to pay a visit to these fantastic cool guys. Remember these exploding heads? You know, because like you remember when we were doing the Brexit the Brexit referendum and all that. All these people that were selling Brexit saying how easy it was going to be and how fantastic it was going to be. And good evening, Walrus. Good evening, Wales. Hope you're very, very well. Much love to you, my good friend, as well. But let's say they were saying, "Oh, Brexit will be easy, be done. We can do it over a cup of tea and a fag, you know, write it down on a fag packet and stuff like that. Not a problem. They need us more than we need them." And now we come to an interview with the Exploding Heads where one of the Brexiters has his words put back to him.
I never said Brexit was going to be easy.
Well, with respect, you did, Minister. Here's a recording of you saying exactly that in 2016.
Brexit's going to be bloody easy, isn't it? Yeah, you can quote me on this. Bloody easy.
There we have it, Minister.
Yeah, I don't quite recall those words, I'm afraid.
Well, they're exactly your words coming out of your mouth.
I don't agree with your premise.
And there was that photo of you stood next to a sign saying Brexit is going to be easy, with a mascot you created called Easy Stevie, the breezy squeegee, here to mop up Brexit in a jiffy.
Yeah, but what we hadn't bargained for were Remainers thwarting us at every turn by not believing hard enough. See, this is why you're the new elite, because you think you're so clever by remembering what other people have said and then using that against them. It just shows how out of touch you are.
That mascot has since said it regretted its vote to leave, Minister.
Won't you elite bloody squeegees? I never said Brexit was going to be easy.
Absolutely brilliant. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing Middle England that Brexit was a great idea. Good evening, Phil McCracken, and absolutely spot on. Yes. Didn't we hear all that? Yes, Brexit's going to be easy. It's going to be a toddle. They were acting like that guy out of Life of Brian, you know, when you've got all them Centurions, they were trying to catch Brian at their hideout, and he stood at the door, you know, and he said, and he's basically saying, do you know what happens to those who hide hardened criminals? Crucifixion. Oh, crucifixion's a doddle. Well, at least it gets you out in the open air. And that's what they were, really, weren't they? They were basically saying, "Oh, it'd be easy. They need us more than we need them." And you know, that's all you ever heard from them. You know, they need us more than we need them. And now all you hear is excuse after excuse after excuse, don't you? And let's just say that you don't hear them talking about it, do you? Now you don't hear them say a word about Brexit now. They would rather not be mentioned. And like as you say, we all know the reason why they don't want to mention it, because let's just say that they know that there is no good Brexit, and when they do get collared, they say, "Oh, well, it wasn't done properly," weren't they? And I always just say, whenever I hear somebody say, "Oh, it's not been done properly," I'll just say, "Oh, so you didn't know what you were voting for," and it's usually them people who I see at football, you know, who after the game, you know, they're celebrating, and Brexit comes up, and I hear all the stuff, you know. If the reason why they're angry, still angry, because Brexit wasn't done properly, you know. In other words, there is a good Brexit, but it goes to another school. That's what they all tend to do. But good evening, Andrew, and I hope you're well. And blasologists. That's a good word. Blasologists. Yes. You make us all sound, well, you all are very intelligent, but you make me sound intelligent. As my daughter will attest, I'm as nutty as a fruitcake. But good evening, my good friend. Hope you're well and hope you've had a lovely day. But not 100% of the time. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. David, the UK PM, who had to represent UK interests, which was to remain, but he got to lead the team that he wanted to lose. I remember reading, I think it was Nick Timothy's book about Brexit, and they basically put him down as a pragmatic. He was quite pragmatic. It was something he wasn't a fan of the EU, but he was quite pragmatic about it. That's from what I could gather. But he saw the benefits of it, I suppose, but he wasn't a fan. Yeah, the sunny uplands, oven ready is GM wheat and hormone and antibiotic poisoning meat. Yes, exactly. Someone spilled coffee on their keyboard. It certainly won't Mayfield McCracken, that's a certainty. Need to remain Farage that he was going to leave the country if it failed. Yeah, exactly. He's still here, you know, being an absolute prat into. Well, you see him in Parliament in PMQs. He made a right tit of himself, didn't he? Imagine, it's not hard, is it, really, for him? He's just a fucking idiot. Yes, thank you, my daughter. Yes, I will attest to that, yes. Mad as a brush, I am. None of these jokers campaigning for Brexit were in a position likely to ever be in the position to enact their promises. Absolutely. Yeah, because, like, can you imagine? I read an article. Well, I saw a bit of an article that clown who's the chairman of Refuck. He says, the next election we will get over 300 to 400 MPs. We will sweep the board and sweep to power at the next election. And I thought, yeah, if you say so. Brexit was done properly, as it was a faked up idea that was just the dream child of tax dodgers who knew the EU rules would fucking fuck them up, and they would have to part with their ill-gotten gains. Absolutely, Mad Monk, yes. I've forgotten what the ruling was, but yeah, it was sort of like you're not allowed to hide your money in tax havens or something, wasn't it, if I remember rightly? Fartage here and in US, Clacton Ghost, yes. This is gold. The Reform UK Wales leader interviewed last week says he has no Welsh policies, can't even write this shit. Oh, tell me about it. But like as I say, speaking of Brexit, you know, being the new Brexit, the Brexit anniversary, we couldn't part from this nonsense without reliving this bit of gold. Do we remember this? Yes, do we remember this guy? Who in the right mind said to G. Beebers, you know, we've an idea. Why don't we go to one of, I've forgotten where it was now. It was, I forgot, Blythe, North Shields, that's it. I've forgotten. And who in the right mind said, why don't we have that flash of genius, and why don't we find somebody who's clearly a Brexiter, and good evening, Richard Grumpy Git. I hope you're very, very well. Hope you've had a lovely day too. And we think, why do we interview somebody live, you know, about the glorious Brexit that we have 5 years on? This is just pure, absolute comedy gold.
Well, surely Brexit has been a good thing. Has it been good or bad?
It's been bad, the exact opposite. It hasn't worked out as the government promised anyhow. Locally here in North Shields, which all I can speak about, it's been a bit of a disaster.
In what way?
In the main, legislation, red tape, documentation is just 100-fold of what it used to be. and this is purely when you're exporting product. The North Shields fleet here target langoustines in the main. The market for your langoustine is France, Spain, Italy in the main. There are other markets, but the best price is there. From the moment Brexit happened, for 3 or 4 months, we couldn't literally send anything. You're dealing with a product that has a 4 or 5 day shelf life. Once we managed to go, I think it was April of the same year, so 4 months later, the costs that hit us then still remain now. This is ultimately costing the fishing fleet somewhere between 30 and 50 pence for every single kilo of prawns, langoustines landed today.
Will you stop talking the country down, my friend? You know, yes, you have not taken advantage of the Brexit benefits that were laid bare for you. This is all your fault. Now, this is a moment where she's thinking, oh dear. I think she's going to say, can you do us a solid and just say how marvellous the Brexit's going?
But what about we can keep our own fish, surely? Then we don't have the EU sort of fishing in our waters.
It hasn't affected us here locally. I believe other parts of the UK have been affected or possibly benefit now. We don't get a visiting fleet of European vessels here. We used to see a couple of Dutch vessels. They no longer come even now. So we don't have any visiting fleet from mainland Europe into North Shields locally. So that hasn't affected us at all.
Well, can't you charge them more, though, for exporting? If you're exporting something, you're no longer bound by the shackles of the EU pricing structure. Can't you just charge them more money?
Please, will you stop talking our Brexit down? Tell us, say something that's fantastic that'll tell everybody that their vote to leave the evil overlords of the EU has been worth it.
No, ultimately not, because they can also buy the same product from within the EU. So the Dutch fleet, the Danish fleet, the French fleet, they all catch langoustine. So they have a head start on the UK market. We believe in the UK that the langoustine here is the best. It's the sweetest flavoured. But we're not only talking about langoustine here, there's crab and there's lobster and all these things where the markets are best in mainland Europe, where we need to go for price. It's costing us daily. It's costing the fishermen daily.
Did you vote to leave or remain?
I was a Brexiteer, and I voted mainly because of the red tape surrounding the UK industry and North Shields in particular. If you phoned...
How's that going for you? You know that you've escaped the shackles of all that red tape. How's that going for you, my good man?
If you phoned the authorities in the past prior to Brexit, it was all Brussels got the blame for everything, or nobody could answer a question, whether it was on a fish size, a mesh size, a gear, anything. Legislation, it was Brussels, Brussels, Brussels. That was my main thought, that we move away from Europe, we can decide and set our own destiny. And nothing's changed on the legislative side, and we're just being affected by cost.
Yes. Well, you knew what you were voting for, as the fantastic Nick Abbott would say. Well, you knew what you were voting for. Yes, but when he says Brussels, 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 also I thought, in other words, I wonder who he was mainly listening to. It wasn't the turd of Turd Hall, should I say, Nigel Farage. You weren't listening to the man with the floppy hair and posh accent. Taking back control. And weren't listening. Were you listening to that clown? But anyway, good evening, Tone and Dennis Pennis. Hope you're very, very well. Welcome to my fantastic Friday Frolic. Well, I enjoy it anyway. It's my highlight of the week. It gives me the opportunity to chill out and have a good giggle. Because if you don't laugh, you just fucking cry. But hope you're very, very well. But yes, absolutely, Tone. Happier fish now, apparently. Yes. But Pencil said, British fish are now happier fish, yes. 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 But the bloody happy fish languishing. Come on, yes. When I get that feeling, I need brexual healing. Yes. Boom. Cool. Let's get them lighters out there. Let's have that soul sexual voice singing it. When I get that feeling, I need brexual healing. Brilliant. Yes. I'm surprised they showed this. Doesn't quite fit the narrative. Yeah, exactly, Tone. I was surprised. From what I could gather, I think they did it live. I think that's what did it. I think they did it live. All of these folks were easily convinced that Brussels was the enemy, not London oligarchs and landed gentry. Yeah, exactly. And you can guarantee some of them, Phil, that they'll be falling for it again. You know, as I know somebody who thinks that Elon Musk is a free speech warrior. Yeah. Yes. You couldn't believe it. You know, he thinks that he's a free speech warrior, and now he's caught between two camps. He's a Tommy Ten Names fan, and he cannot understand why Nigel Farage distances himself from him. Maybe it's something to do that Tommy Ten Names is about as popular as a pile of poo. And if he wants to grow his audience, or should I say his votes, he's going to have to distance himself from that little racist turd, isn't he? Our Tommy Ten Names. But yeah, the problem with the English electorate is that we make two short planks look degree educated. Yes. Yeah, absolutely, Billy Kosh. Yeah, it's... Yeah, Felon Musk. Yeah, exactly. Well, I suppose anyway, you suppose you could call him President Musk now, because I think out of the two, I think he's a president. Good evening, Frederick Rotherd. Hope you're very, very well. Hope you've had a lovely day as well. But yeah, I think you can basically call him President Musk now. He's now taken over the country, and his vice president. Vice President Trump is just there to basically just to be a distraction, and he just say something stupid or talk about trans athletes, you know, as if that really makes... Who gives a shit? It's like, I have to say, when I saw that, I had a little look, and I think it's just a little over 20 years. They've had trans athletes going in athletics for and all that for a good 20 years. So I just had a little look. I thought, I wonder how many of these trans, because like the way they talk, you would think that they were absolutely tearing the female athletic scene to pieces in whatever sport. You know, there'll be a glutton of trans athletes winning gold medals, and in all of it, I think it's just been one. And I think she won in 2020. I think she was a footballer. I've forgotten her name now, and that's it, really. So I don't understand why they get so het up about it. It's if I'm honest, it's neither here nor there, is it, really? But yeah, whatever I suppose whatever keeps them happy, you know, while President Musk is just fleecing all their information. Yeah. Cheers, my friend Billy Kirch. Thank you very much. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. But yeah, that's from what I heard, that distraction. Absolutely. That's all he is. That's all he's there for. He's just a distraction into. Because that's all he's there for, is to just basically just hold that book up, say, Look at that. Yes, conclusive proof. I can write my own name. Yes, he has not a bad return for a 250 million he put into Rump's campaign. Absolutely. You basically say he's bought the country, hasn't he? He's just bought it. He's just taken it over and bought it. But anyway. But let's have a bit of light relief. It's like after we've had we've had the Brexit nonsense, but we need to there is much more pressing matters in Ireland. There is a disaster that's happening is there anybody living in Ireland in the chat? You need to be careful here. There is a disaster looming for you guys. This is absolute complete disaster. Yes. Did you know that Nigerians are drinking you lot under the table when it comes to Guinness?
For fuck's sake, the Nigerians are drinking us under the table. Nigeria now consumes more Guinness than Ireland and the UK. Back in my day, Ireland was proud to drink the most Guinness, and the UK was proud to drink the most piss, just like their king, Bear Grylls. Now the English mainly drink Stella Artois, which is slightly more disgusting than piss. This is a disgusting fall from grace for the Irish people. There are 5 million healthy drinking age Irish people and only 240 million Nigerians. That means we can't even do the drinking of 50 men anymore. It's no wonder Irish people can't get a decent paying job anymore when we lack the basic skills our grandparents were born with. My grandfather, he was 8 years old, he'd have 10 pints, you wouldn't even notice it on him. Now look at us, 35, having a fucking cocktail after work like we're Spaniards. Disgusting, follow me, I'm delicious.
Yes, follow him, he's delicious. Have you heard that guy sing? Have you heard it? He's got a right pair of pipes on the lad. He's got a right voice on him. Fantastic singer. An absolute, what you could say, an absolute brilliant voice on him. But he's hilariously funny. I have to laugh. Yeah, good evening, Ben Shaw. Hope you're very, very well, and welcome to my Friday Frolic. Good to see you. Hope you're very, very well. Good evening, Cathode G. Yes, so true. Yes. Yeah, absolutely wake up as well. He's hilariously funny, isn't he? He's just so funny. I love the way he rips into the British. I let him say, you guys in Britain, you drink your piss, and he's not fucking wrong. I remember after a football game, and I can't remember it was a Tuesday night game, and we played whoever. I can't remember the result. It probably a ball draw, or we lost, because it's not really a game that was memorable. But anyway, we called in because like further down the road from ground there's a pub called Bradford Arms. We usually call in there, because what we tend to do is, we'll go in there, have a couple of beers, and then wait till traffic dies down and then get a taxi home. Anyway, we walked in, there were a couple of German guys in there. They'd obviously come over for the game. Now, whether there's something to do with the chairman, because our chairman is from Germany. And they were proper lively, to say the least. They were proper lively. Fantastic they were. So we had a bit of a good chat with him, and I said, and he got on about German beer, and and he basically said, "Can I just say your beer is shit?" So we are world beating at shit beer. Man, shit, what Carlin he was trying to get down, so understandable. Yes, yes. Guinness original in a can. Yes, yes. I always find with Guinness, the first one is the hardest one to get down. Because it's a very, very, very unusual taste first time. Because it's like when it comes to Murphy's or whatever, I quite enjoy them. Right, it's a case once I get that first pint down, then it just floors it. It's like it's especially the first time I first tried it, I thought, oof, that's a bit of a strong taste. But once I got used to it, it were delish. But yes, and I'm not much of a Stella fan either, so that's me knackered. But anyway, is Garrett. Garrett is absolutely brilliant. He's absolutely top draw. But yes, how are we going to head over across the pond? Because yes, I know, I totally understand. This is yes, it's got the mind bleach ready if he does that again. Remember Gillespie Scottish Stout in tap. Scottish Stout? I've never seen that. No, I don't. I must have missed that one. Good evening, Howard Hendrick. Hope you're well. Beer is delicious. Yes, I've got what they call it now. I've got a couple of cans of Hobgoblin, that's it. Downstairs, I'm going to have a couple tonight. Chill out and relax after everything I've done. No, special over this week, but I'm sorry to do this to you, but we all know who this guy is. Yes, it's our orange one, but it's with a difference. This time now, he's actually got somebody to help him with his speeches and what he needs to say. You know, keep him on the straight and narrow. And as you can well imagine, it goes pretty much like how you'd expect.
The massive search and rescue mission was underway throughout the night, leveraging every asset at our disposal.
Yep, that's it. Just keep to the facts. Just tell them the facts.
We do not know what led to this crash, but we have some very strong opinions.
No, we don't. We don't have opinions. Not now, just facts.
And I think we'll probably state those opinions now.
No, we won't.
I changed the Obama standards from very mediocre at best to extraordinary.
What does that mean?
You remember that?
No, no one does.
But I do want to point out that...
Oh no. What are you doing?
Various articles that appeared prior to my entering office.
If you're talking about that one article by Fox News, can you just put it away?
And here's one. The FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities.
You're talking about an initiative which began back in 2019 to recruit people with targeted disabilities for a career in air traffic operations, which Fox News decided to turn into a misleading article for clicks during the Biden administration. And by the way, cast your mind back to 2019. Who was president then? I'll give you a clue. The colour of his skin is the same as his tie.
This was on January 14th, so that was a week before I entered office.
No, it was January 14th, 2024, actually, but it doesn't matter because everything you've said up to this point has been a complete lie anyway, so just make up the date. Why not? Make up a brand new date. How about that? What about March Tobury the 50 plinth?
Then another article, the Federal Aviation Administration.
There isn't another article. It's just that Fox News article. Where's this article coming from?
The FAA is actively recruiting workers who suffer severe intellectual disabilities.
This is the same Fox News article that you're reading from. You're just reading a different bit of it. Can someone explain paragraphs to him?
They include hearing, vision, missing extremities.
This is just their general diversity policy.
Partial paralysis.
It's just their general...
Person, woman, car. Remember that interview?
General diversity policy.
Complete paralysis, epilepsy.
It's just a general diversity policy across all operations. It's got nothing to do with the specifics of air traffic
control. Which is overseen
by
Secretary Pete Buttigieg.
Oh, no.
He's a disaster. He was a disaster as a mayor.
Can we just skip the insults? Because I've got something in my slow cooker.
And he's a disaster now. He's just got a good line of bullshit.
The plane only crashed 12 hours ago. Do you really think mudslinging is appropriate at this time? You know, just on a scale of 1 to disgusting.
Should not have happened. Please, sir.
What? Who's this?
Well, thank you, Mr. President, for your leadership.
Oh, here we go, the bearded dog whistle.
But I just want to reemphasize something the President said.
Yeah, absolutely, why not? I really want to hear everything said all over again, but this time by a baby Nazi with a crayon beard.
If you go back to just some of the headlines over the past 10 years...
What headlines?
You have many hundreds of people...
What people?
...suing the government because they would like to be air traffic controllers, but they were turned away because of the color of their skin.
Okay, how about an example? Just let's hear an example. Just one example.
Thank you, Mr. President.
No, he's gone. Okay, well, that was a completely necessary interjection directly after a plane crash where nothing has been proven yet. Thanks for that, Cabbage Patch Satan.
I've had the honor of hearing tapes. Tapes are scary, very scary tapes. He's coming in the path, and for some reason, he had a helicopter.
You don't need to describe all this.
And going at an angle that was...
That was what?
Unbelievably bad.
Oh, I see.
You had a helicopter that had the ability to stop. I have helicopters.
Please don't brag about having helicopters during a national tragedy. I mean, I don't know why I should have to say that, but...
It had the ability to go up or down. It had the ability to turn.
Yes, we know what helicopters can do.
And the turn it made was not the correct turn, obviously.
This is certainly clearing up a lot of things. So.
You could have slowed down the helicopter substantially. You could have stopped the helicopter.
You've said all this.
So you could have gone up. You could have gone down.
Said all this.
And you could have gone straight up, straight down.
You've said it again.
You could have turned. You could have done a million different maneuvers.
I see. Could you name them all? Because, you know, I'm having the time of my life here.
They shouldn't have been at the same height. Because if it wasn't the same height...
Do tell.
You could have gone under it or over it.
Me, really?
Some really bad things happened.
Did they?
And some things happened that shouldn't have happened. So you had a helicopter going in an identical direction. You had a helicopter that was at the exact same height as somebody going in essentially the opposite direction.
Jeez. Always reminds me, every time I say stuff like that, always reminds me of when, if I listen to Nick Abbott, he always used to say, especially the first time, you know, it's, can you imagine if aliens come down and they said, take me to your leader? They'd have to take him to see him. What could possibly go wrong? Yes. Yes, thanks. Good evening, Leapshin. Hope you're very, very well. Hope you've had a lovely day. Yeah, Bone Spurs, yes. Toblerone, Hedgehog, Handlebar, yes. Hearing and vision plus complete paralysis. Yes. The DEI strategy was to not exclude minorities from the possibility of these jobs. The entrance requirements were the same. Absolutely. That's all it is. He's just an utter distraction. He just does it while President Musk is pilfering. Vice President Trump is just distracting, isn't it? Let's talk about DAI, trans athletes, you know, murderers, rapists. Yes, they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the pets that live there. Yes, this is Micro Farage quoting Tate as source. Yeah, absolutely. Cabbage Patch Satan, yeah. Yes. Good evening, Tories, don't get tasered. Yes. Oh, but yeah, absolutely. Alistair, yeah, error 404. Oh. Does anyone remember Roger Relevant from Viz? Vaguely. It's been years since I ever. I remember Roger Mellon, man on the telly. And I wanted to, the chopper crash seems dodgy to me. Good evening, number 3. Hope you're very, very well. Now, I can't remember where I heard it. It was something to do with. I did hear something about whether wearing night goggles or something, and the lights might have got them confused. I don't know, because I remember when I first watched it, I thought, have they not seen it? And I can't remember where I heard it. It was saying something, because the lights with the night goggles confused them. I don't know too much about it, and I thought, oh, right then, maybe so. But he's an utter idiot, isn't he? That man is the leader of the free world, isn't he? Yeah, try 5 billion. We have now 4 more years living in a tumble, thin-skinned world. Buckle up. Absolutely, Phil McCracken. Yeah, so 3 dimensions we have more than anyone. Did you know? But yes, have to go to the toilet to no problems. Wake up and smell the roses. You do what you need to do. Good evening, Feckle Puny. Hope you're very, very well. Welcome to my Friday Frolic, where we try to at least try and laugh his way through as best we can through the next 4 years, which I know is not going to be easy, but we must try, I suppose. But you watching him when he's doing his ridiculous interview, and you just think, he's off his chomping. I just cannot believe that anybody voted him back in. I'm just absolutely stunned that he's been voted back in. But here we are, you know. This is where we are. We have this utter cretin back in the Oval Office, and let's just say that he's when you watch, you're just lost for words, aren't you? You're just utterly lost for words, because. Now, did anybody hear about the interview with Lewis Goodall? He had an interview with Fred Trump or something. That was interesting. And somebody he said that took me notice. He says, despite what he says, he does use a transcriber or some I've forgotten the name, you know, where they've got the writing that comes up, and even if he's using one of them, and he still makes a pig's ear of it, Jesus Christ. Shows you how thick he is, isn't it? But anyway, we all remember this wonderful young lady. She is absolutely hilarious. We've done a few. We all love the hilariously witty Maggie Reid. Well, and after, I think it was around that time when it came to these car crash interviews, it was a case of let TikTok do its worst, and let's just say Maggie Reid, she's hilariously funny. Take it away, Maggie.
Hey, Donald, buddy. How's it going?
Not well.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but it's time for your weekly check-in.
Obviously.
You working on something? What do you got there?
A map.
A map? What are you doing with that?
They're changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
Can I see?
Or the Gulf of America. What a beautiful name.
Wow, so they're letting you use Sharpie again, huh? So what other stuff are you drawing on maps?
The windmills are driving the whales crazy.
And where's that happening?
The Massachusetts.
The Massachusetts? Can I see? I see you drew 2 windmills and a whale.
It's crazy.
What makes you think that windmills are driving whales crazy?
No arms, no legs.
You know, fun fact, whales don't have arms and legs. They swim using
I don't even know.
their tails are flukes. They do that because they live in water.
It's called rain. Comes down from heaven.
Yeah, rain is water, but it's different from ocean water. Can you think of any other place that does have water?
The shower. It goes drip, drip, drip.
Well, Donald, I really like your map drawings. Is there anything else you want to talk to me about today?
Do you know that I'm the president-elect of the United States of America?
Yeah, I know.
The brilliant Maggie Reid. She's just absolute hilarious. Rump has eaten the crayons he got, now he uses a sharp. Yeah, it's absolutely J.D. Ball. Crazy times, absolutely mental. Rose has been watching The Twilight Zone, short on fascism, starring Dennis Hopper. Careful now, Farage will want the Irish Sea renamed. Yeah, what do you think he'd call it, Feckle Puna? Trump eats only orange crayons. They taste great. Yes, orange crayons are the best. Taste wonderful. And when you use them, they do many things, very strong things. They do very strongly things. They're quite manly. Yeah, well done. It's brilliant. It's Maggie Reid. I watch a lot of her stuff. She's just hilariously funny. Celtic Sea, what's it actually called? But, yes. I made a short President Fart and Christianity. Oh, brilliant. I will definitely have to check up on it. And let's just say that this is, if you want to see, well, we all know what his fans are like. His fans are very, what would you say his fans are like? They are quite very loyal, aren't they? Very, very loyal. You know, he can do no wrong. And good evening, Joe. Another one of my fantastic moderators. Give another one of my fantastic moderators a nice like. Show of appreciation, because I couldn't do this without them guys. But we've all seen the videos where you could say they're Donny's fans. You know, he can do no wrong in their eyes, and even when they are clearly trapped in a question where they basically have to either be absolutely totally hypocritical or they have to say, yes, he's absolutely wrong there. Which way do you think they go when they get trapped in a question where they're meant to look completely foolish? This is hilarious.
How do you feel about Joe Biden using his bone spurs to dodge the Vietnam draft?
Joe Biden has a problem. He isn't an American. He isn't a patriot.
I'm sorry. I asked you, I said Biden and I meant Trump. So those were things that...
Oh, Trump?
Trump, yes. Can I ask you the question again with the right name? I'm so sorry. How do you feel about Donald Trump using his bone spurs to dodge the Vietnam draft?
My brother-in-law had flat feet. I'm sure you cannot go into a military zone, a Vietnam zone, or any of the other zones with bad feet.
Sure.
You just can't do the job.
I agree.
And it actually impacts the other soldiers, puts them in danger.
Yeah.
So no.
How do you feel about...
Yes, so, in other words, if Joe Biden dodged the draft due to bone spurs, he has a problem with America. He's very unpatriotic. He's not fit to be the next president of the United States or whatnot. But when it comes to our Donny baby, you know, when it comes to having bone spurs, when it comes to bone spurs, oh yeah, well, understandable. You know, how can you be in the army if you've got flat feet? Unbelievable. The hypocrisy is just knows no bounds, does it? Absolutely, no bounds. Unbelievable. But yes, yeah, absolutely. Wake up and smell the rose. Yeah, he did dodge it. Yeah, because let's be honest, when it comes to war, rich people don't go to war, do they? But they don't. That's for the plebs, isn't it? As I remember reading Harry Leslie Smith's book when he went to join the army. He had some posh general say, "Oh, you look rather skinny. You need fattening up for the slaughter." And that's how they view these people, don't they? They view them as just lambs to the slaughter. War is for the plebs to, you know, throw their lives away for. Yeah, War Pigs by Black Sabbath. Yeah, have you read this? Is it this week? Ozzy Osbourne's final gig. It's I've been an Ozzy fan since '80s. One of my favourite albums was Bark at the Moon. Oh, I love the powerful riff by J.K. Lee at the start, and I just instantly fell in love. And then I got all the other albums with Randy Rhoads. But I think my favourite one of his has got to be Diary of a Madman. I just love the acoustic guitar work. Absolutely brilliant. But yes. Yes. But Donny Dimbo doesn't have bone spurs. Remember his physician saying he was the fittest man in the multi-universe. Yes, absolutely. Yes, he's as fit as he was now as he was 40 years ago, and he has his physician's word to say so. But anyway, peasants are just cannon fodder, but the rich are needed to keep the scams going. Absolutely, Mad Monk. Absolutely, totally agree. Totally agree, my good friend. But anyway, let's. This is absolute belter, and this is absolutely fantastic. Now, this is it. And I don't know if it's in the House or the Senate. I can't remember which one. But this came from Joe G, I think. And let's just say, pardon me, let's just say, he just basically says what this man has to say. Just buy this man a beer, because it's absolutely brilliant.
Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, step right up and prepare to be amazed. This is an ordinary folder. As you can see, no hidden compartments. And yet inside, it's an invisible rabbit. If you like that trick, you are going to love Donald Trump's national energy emergency. It's also totally imaginary, but as any good carnival barker will tell you, there's a sucker born every minute who falls for the shtick. Let's review the numbers. Under the Biden administration, U.S. created 16 million jobs, had the fastest growing economy in the OECD, held oil demand flat, drastically cut coal use, embraced cleaner, cheaper renewables and efficiency. We decoupled economic growth from fossil fuel, giving American people more heat, more light, more power, more money. That put downward pressure on domestic oil and gas prices, which caused domestic fossil producers to export into less developed, more remunerative overseas markets. Now, before you say, there's no emergency here, consider this from the perspective of our poor oil and gas producers. They're losing market share. They're making less money, but they got an ally in Donald Trump. After all, he's the guy who forced the Saudis to curtail production in 2020 to drive up oil prices and oil industry profits. That's right. He made sure U.S. consumers paid more for gasoline. Ta-da! Don't be a sucker, but if you are, I am available for parties and I can solve all your invisible rabbit problems. You can keep hopping, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back.
You can keep hopping and I yield back. Brilliant. clearly the chair was must have been a Republican and wasn't that impressed. Said that. Chat, if you're interested in the Twilight Show, Billy Kershaw said, "Here's the link." Oh, that sounds interesting. Might have to look that up when I get a chance. When he was brilliant, wasn't he, regularly? He was absolutely brilliant. Ta-da! You get the feeling the chair, he was a Republican. He didn't seem quite impressed. But yes, that, like as we say, you know, that's the Republicans have been taken over, and the American country's been taken over. They voted for Trump and they got Musk, and our Donny Baby, Vice President, is just there as a distraction while what you call him, President Musk, is just looting the place, isn't he? And of course, his minions won't see it. Because I don't go on Facebook anymore. I don't go on it because for a simple reason. Since, you know, they say, oh, we're going to go on to community notes. Well, who was the one that was most community noted on Twitter? Oh, it was Nazi Musk, wasn't it? Yeah, Space Karen. And did that help? So you know where Facebook is going. So in the end up, I just basically left a note saying if I could do away with it, because I won't be going on it anymore. The only reason I use it because I have friends who use Messenger, and you can't have one without the other. So basically, I'm not being on it. Don't use it anymore. No reason to use it anymore. And so, yeah, absolutely, Alistair Kerr. The biggest heist in USA history. Romp Musk, yes. The president is called Donald Musk, right? Or Elon Trump. Yes, absolutely, Joe. Yes, totally agree. but yeah, I just thought he was absolutely top class with that lad. Yes. One thing for certain, I'd certainly love to have him at my party. That's a certainty. It'd definitely be entertaining. But like as I say, when it come to the like last week, you know, they were threatening tariffs with Canada and Mexico, and practically threatening anybody, you know, who's those called Leo Scum. But you know, he was basically threatening whoever and whatever, you know, with tariffs, this and that and the other, you know. It was tariff trumping, you could say. Throwing tariffs all over the place. And, well, clearly Canada don't take too kindly to threats. And let's just say that from what I've heard, I don't know if they're still doing it now, but they're threatening to boycott American goods, aren't they? And this is a brilliant little video. Made me chuckle. Top class.
What the hell are you doing? What? That's Heinz ketchup. So? It's American. Buy French's. It's Canadian. We're in a trade war, you traitor. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Mrs. Butterworth? You were gonna buy American maple syrup? Oh. Okay, that costs way more. So does freedom. What the hell is that? My Timmy's. What? Timmy's is Canadian. Not anymore. It's Brazilian now. Buy second cup. Oof. Maybe we just don't buy coffee for a while. That's fair. What restaurant chains are safe? Boston Pizza, New York Fries. Basically, if there's an American city in the name, it's probably Canadian. Cheetos? No. Hawkins. I like my cheesies soft. War is no time for soft cheesies.
Absolutely.
Not my Charmin. Look, I need that. I'm sensitive. This is like wiping your arse with the Charter of Rights. Try Royale. If it sounds English or French, it's probably Canadian. What else is on your list?
Chips.
Hickory sticks.
Orange juice.
Clamato juice.
Old El Paso taco kit.
Kraft dinner.
Frosted Flakes.
Kraft dinner.
And Kraft dinner.
2 boxes of Kraft dinner.
I thought Kraft was owned by Heinz.
Yeah, but KD is made in Canada. Ketchup bad, cheesy does good. What do you drink?
Jack Daniels.
Crown Royal.
Right, because if it sounds English or French,
it's probably Canadian. Right. Welcome to the fight, soldier.
We all have to do our part. There's only one winner in a trade war.
That'll be 312.32.
I'm gonna have to put everything but the KD back.
Loblaws. Either way, we win.
Brilliant. Oh, yes. It was close here in the UK and we're still not free of the bastards. Yeah, so must know what's coming. He's gonna be the fall guy. Well, now, when I listened to that Lewis Goodall interview, talked about it there, French, and basically said, I'm not really. I have heard whispers that they are a bit afraid, but yeah, he'll be, because like Trump don't like to be upstaged by it, and they both got egos the size of Bournemouth and beyond, aren't they? And yeah, it was Trump who did the Canada deal. Now he's stating it was the worst one ever done. Absolutely. And his fans will just swallow it up, won't they? You know, if you told that, because like my wife, she does sometimes go on Facebook, and got a friend of mine, went to the same school as me, massive Farage fan, massive Trump fan, and his feed is just full of drivel about these two, and everything he says, you just think, you're down the rabbit hole, aren't you? And before I went off, not Twitter, before I went off Facebook, I saw him talking utter, and he just spoke like a true cultist, and that's what I said. I says, yeah, spoken like a true cultist, aren't you? You proper in the cult, aren't you? He says, I ain't in any Labour or Conservative cult. I'm talking common sense, and that yeah, that's what most cultists do say. Yeah, that's what most cultists do say. Yes. Absolutely, Frederick Rock. Yeah, just hilarious. Cheeto Cheesy Puffs, Trump's makeup supplier, and what the makeup artist called Trump. Yes, remember the Telegram boy? Yes, absolutely, Andrew, and brilliant admin hysterics. I was chuckling away. I stand with Canada as if you pissed them off. They will make more. They will make more to the Geneva Convention. Yes. Yes. Just bought a pair of socks made in Leicester. Good lad. Good evening, Stephen Binning. Hope you well. I must remember to buy Baxter's soup instead of Heinz now. Yes, exactly. My life is full of them. It's draining. Yeah, I totally agree, Ben Shaw. Yeah, me, I just let it go. Because last time I had a conversation with one, I think he'd just basically come in with his first term, and he's there coming out saying he's done this, he's done that, and I says, nah, I can't trust anybody who denies that he basically mocked a disabled reporter. And he went, oh, no, he didn't. And I just went, no, we'll leave it there. We'll leave the conversation there. If you're denying reality, then you're just now denying reality. We'll just leave it there. If you want me to have a sensible conversation with you and you're just denying reality, we'll just leave it there. Oh, what are Christian fascists better known as? Cultists or occultist perhaps? Interesting. I don't know. Oh, that's a brilliant question. It's not really something that cultists. Whoa. Torn. Yeah. Straight to the heart of the matter. Nut jobs. if it's not an American on it, a flag on it, put it back anyways. It's usually bad for you. Totally agree, Alistair. Yeah, Canada has helped the Americans loads of times, and he treats them like that. They're not going to forget this. You're probably right, actually, Billy. Yeah, Alex Johnson during COVID used your common sense. 100,000 deaths later, utter silence. Absolutely, I prefer soup from scratch. Yeah, I'm somebody who does enjoy that. I have not done it for a while, but I did always enjoy making a potato and leek soup. You know, with a massive King Edwards, chop it all up. What I used to do is I'd leave it a bit of it at the end, so I could chop up in cubes and then just plonk them in and just let them cook that way. And then once they're done, and you've still got the potato chunks. Beautiful. Yeah. Lingers a lot around here in the shelves. It's too sweet for us, even produced under EU rules. Yeah, you can tell the difference. You can absolutely tell the difference. Absolutely beautiful. Always enjoy making homemade soup. Not done it for a while. I think it's what it is, because it's due to my mobility problems. It's not as easy as it used to be. Yeah, I love potato and leek soup as well, Frederick Roth. Absolutely gorgeous. But anyway, let's crack on. Right. We have a hot off the press news story for you. Hot off the press. Now, as somebody who enjoys his football, and one of the things I always enjoy is during January transfer. You know, where you've got a whizzy wand. Do we really want me to answer that? But anyway, you know, January is a time for clubs to do a bit of recruitment. You know, bring in players. You know, to basically, you know, to either help them with their promotion push or to help them to get away from the drop zone. Well, as I say, as a City fan, my team during January, they've not done bad. They've done quite well. Yes. As I say, usually I'm usually on Politics Social, Billy, after, and I'm not sure I'll be made, because unfortunately the game against Harrogate Town is at 12:30 kickoff, so it's starting early. Gotta go to bed early. But anyway, when it comes to January transfers and add a bit of more quality to your squad, but it doesn't matter. You will never guess which team picked up the signing of the month, signing of the January transfer. It was Labour. Yes. Deadline day shock as Lee Anderson rejoins Labour until end of season. Yes. Journeyman politician Lee Anderson has rejoined Labour until the end of the season. It has been revealed this afternoon. With transfer deadline day concluding at 11 p.m. last night, news has emerged in the last hour that a dramatic late bid was accepted for the former Tory party deputy chairman and current Reform MP to join Labour. The side where he made his debut on loan until the end of the season. Now, a spokesman for Labour confirmed we're a bit late announcing because he had to undergo a medical. Yes, they had to put him through his paces, and we can confirm that Lee will be joining Labour on loan in order to bolster our attacking options going into the summer. There will be an option for him to stay into the next round of local elections, depending on performances. And it's a great signing for Labour. Obviously, there are thousands of people out there who, for some bizarre reason, continue to support Lee, so we can now count on their support going forward, especially if they find Keir Starmer a bit boring. We are hoping he will continue to behave with the same flagrant disregard for social norms and demonstrates the complete lack of moral compass which has made him so popular amongst Reform voters in order to steal their votes. Asked if they were considering any other signings, we were told Jacob Rees-Mogg's agent said he was desperate to come out of retirement, but fuck that. So yes, shock return as 30p Lee has rejoined Labour. Journeyman politician. Yes. Yes. Know what you... Yes. Yes. I like homemade. Yes. I'm on my own and have limited freezer space. Yeah, I totally agree. Yes. Here in Portugal, there are companies that make canned traditional dinners. You just take the can and heat up. The best brand is Campbell. If you come here and you and have little options, buy that. Yeah. But yes. I thought the Lib Dems would have gotten the late bid. I'm shocked they missed out. Yes, exactly. I think they just couldn't afford the wages, though. Reagan Elite. He is the football. Totally agree. Number 3, onions. They were a good invention. Neanderthal will stay inside line screaming at past people and talking about his son. Yes. He had to go potty. Don't worry about it, Joe. Don't worry about it. It's not just glad you're here and hopefully enjoying the show. Lord Snooty as Chancellor. I'm sure that Beano was subversive. I think you might be onto something there, my dear friend. Yes. So there you have it. Oops. So there you have it. Our 30p Lee is now a now Labour MP until the end of the season. Now you may be wondering what job have they lined up for him. Well, there's only one job that would be fitting for 30p Lee. No, it's not Chancellor, and no, it's not. They've not made a job up for him as or part of Health Secretary, or I always do my best, Joe. Or he's not made a job up for him where he is now the Minister for Healthy Eating. No, they basically put him in charge of organising the tables at the buffet, and as I can tell, it's going swimmingly well. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, go on, Lee. That's it. You get it all sorted. What? Yes, not a problem happening there. It's everything going swimmingly well. Yeah, that's it. Oh, he's got it all organised to a T, hasn't he, our 30p Lee? Get them tables down there. Yes, absolute culture and diversity minister. He could have done that. There's a halo above your head. Yes. Lord Snooty was a young moggy. He certainly was. Party. All got that sorted, haven't we? Sorry, 30p Lee. I couldn't resist. 30p Lee looks like the drunk guy always spelling the spoiling the football for everyone at the cafe because he is an absolutely annoying tool that won't shut up. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. He's not somebody you'd want anywhere near you, would you? But anyway, but like, let's continue on. That's like we continue on with the refuck theme, where let's be honest, the clowns at refuck, let's just say they didn't go well, did it? It's not gone very well for them, especially over interviews. Because let's be honest, the more you see of them, the more popular they become, the more they're going to be held to account. and let's just say, I don't know if you saw the video I did earlier on today with this guy. Yes, our little Dick Ties. Yes, where he, let's be honest, showed his true colours. You know, climate denier. Yes, this immigrant. Yes. He had an interview about Trump's tariffs, telling Kay she's not interested in the UK, to which she replied, "I've lived here a lot longer than you."
What do you think?
I'm on good form this morning.
Well, you would say that, wouldn't you?
No, you're not.
What about the tariffs?
Look, it's
Good
a negotiation.
Idea, bad idea.
Look,
so you think he's bluffing?
It's a negotiation. He's not bluffing at all, but it's a negotiation.
A 25% tariff?
Very often when you start a negotiation, you don't end up right where you start. That's how negotiation works. The more we have smart business people coming into politics and negotiating on behalf of Britain, the better, rather than just rolling over and giving all our money away like this Prime Minister.
He says he's having a chat with him on the phone this morning, but as far as he's concerned, Canada, Mexico, China, it's a done deal.
And let's see where it ends up. It may well be a done deal.
But if it's a done deal, what's it going to do to the global economy? And what impact is it going to have on our economy?
You're clearly not interested in what's happening in the UK. I am.
He clearly doesn't want to answer the question, and he doesn't like the question, and like most of the reform, when they get asked simple questions where they've got to answer them, they fall apart like cheap suits, don't they? They're fucking useless.
I'm negotiating on behalf of British citizens. What's right for us?
Why do you say that? Why am I not
interested? Because you're focused on...
I've lived in this country a lot longer than you.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's focus on what's going on in Britain, not what's going on in Mexico and Canada. That's what's of real interest to us. And we've got to get this economy growing by cutting out daft regulation, stop...
Yeah, which regulations are you talking about? I've heard him say this a lot. Which regulations? Let me guess. Workers' rights. You know that those rights that our unions fought for how many centuries for us? Is that the regulations he wants to get shut of? I always remember the episode with Phil Pott from the Ragged Trouser Philanthropist. Is those the sort of regulations he wants it to be like then?
Stop sending our money overseas, scrap net zero, and that it gives us the space.
Are you supporting massive tariffs or not?
Look, tariffs are a negotiation. I've said that. What I'm supporting is we've got to focus on the UK. You seem to be focusing on Mexico and Canada. I'm focusing on the UK.
You missed out China, and I was then going to go on to Europe.
Yeah, you can go on all those. Let's focus on Britain, shall we? What works? What makes British citizens better off? You're not interested in that.
You
haven't asked me about it.
Absolutely, just talks utter rubbish. You can always tell when these lot are struggling. They start attacking the report, don't they? And they all have this notion that we're telling them like it is. Unbelievable, absolute complete melon, isn't it? Yes. Because, yes, she did. Absolutely, Alistair. Absolutely scalped. Yeah, because you could tell he flummoxed him for a minute, didn't he? he is. I'd say he's even more obnoxious than Farage. I totally agree, Richard Grumpagate. Yeah, Dickie Lice and his immigrant girlfriend, Oakenshit, a definitive Brexit benefit. Now she's in Dubai. I suppose, in a way it is. It's a Brexit benefit that these two are. You are sending money overseas. You personally are channeling your wealth outside the UK to ditch taxing. Yes, what a true patriot, Dominatrix Farage Dice is doing the same. Yes, absolutely. But as I say, it doesn't get any better because because we all remember this interview, don't we? We all remember this interview with with his leader. If I can just get it on there for you. Yes, it's all sorted. Because let's be honest, he I think, is it Radio 4, Radio 5, where remember this interview? This is just priceless because now they're getting more notoriety. They are being asked simple questions and they just can't answer it, can they?
More people in every constituency in England, Scotland and Wales back closer relationships, arrangements with the EU rather than more transatlantic trade with Washington.
Depends how you ask the question. I mean, that's that. As with all opinion polls, how do you ask the question? How do you slant the question?
You're quite a fan of opinion polls when they put Reform ahead of Conservatives and Labour. It does depend on how you ask the question. And I'm trying to understand from you how you will accept that there are a lot of people in this country who want closer ties with the European Union. And it doesn't seem that you can outline how you will accept that ideologically.
Yeah, she's right. You know, everyone's a big fan of polls when it suits them, but when it don't, don't listen too much. And yeah, you're right, Richard Grumpagate. It'd have been Radio 5, won't it? Yeah, I couldn't quite remember if it was Radio 4 or 5. So, but yes, absolutely, this is priceless.
Brexit. We voted to leave. That was very, very clear. We can be friendly. We can be cooperative. I've no doubt.
What does that mean?
Things. And I thought, well, I think the deal that was negotiated by the Johnson government wasn't a very good one. We can improve on that. But the most important part is we don't tie ourselves specifically.
You keep saying what we shouldn't do, but what is your vision, Nigel Farage, specifically?
We are a global.
Absolutely. People need to do a little bit more often, and I'd have just kept asking him. Oh, because that's what he does, doesn't he? He basically says what we shouldn't do, but when you try and tie him down to what we should do, he runs away. I remember when he had an interview with Sheila Fogarty, and she basically asked him, what sort of deal would you want? And all he got a simple free trade deal. And what does that entail? Does that entail in the single market, out the single market, in the customs union, out the customs union? So we're asking him this and that and the other. He looks as bad. I must admit, I've just hit that spot on. He looks like he's just on vinegar stroke, doesn't he? But and all he ever said was a simple free trade deal. He just keeps it as what's the word I'm after, vague as possible, because he knows there's no fantastic trade deal. But I get the feeling he just says all this nonsense just to be as relevant as he possibly can, doesn't he? He looks about ready to blow his load there.
Trading nation, the European Union is diminishing every single year. And I keep hearing this stuff about what an important trading market it is. Every single year that goes by, it becomes smaller.
But what does being friendly mean? That, we're not mates in a pub. What does being friendly mean? Can you commit to something?
We can improve the deal, but we must not. By saying to them, look, We can make this easier for both of us. We can go back through, and we're up for a renegotiation anyway. My fear is that we tie ourselves to EU law, that we start to accept single market regulations, and the many indications from this government,
not saying
that's
what.
what they intend to do.
You keep outlining your fears and what you don't like, but you're now an MP, you're the leader of a party. Don't you need to say what we can do? What can that fisherman hear from you?
I'll tell you what we can do. We can do a free trade deal with the USA. We can look at...
I don't think you can. And why would you want to have a free trade with a guy whose idea of doing deals is that there's only one winner, where he wins and you lose? It's not a very patriotic way of wanting the best for your own country.
Across the rest of the world, and we can also recognise that if we want to turn the economy around, the biggest problem isn't our overseas trade, it's the desperate lack of productivity within the United Kingdom. Yes, of course, the EU is an important market. No one's denying that for a moment. But with every year that goes by, it becomes less important. Let's think bigger.
He's a fucking idiot, isn't he? He's an absolute fucking pancake. You know what I mean? He's got all his little... He has all his little signs. How can I put it? He's got all his little signs, what's the word I'm after? Quotes all at the ready, you know, because he doesn't want to be... Because he knows full well, basically, that that there is no great trade, fantastic trade deal outside the EU. This is all just for his donors and whatever, because they, like as Mad Monk said, they don't want anything to do with. They don't want anything to do with, you know what? Because they want to hide the money, I suppose, isn't it? And also, as Alex Sked once said, don't know why anybody listens to this ignorant little racist. And that's all he is, really. He's a little bit, just a little ignorant racist. But that's yes. Yeah. Let's have a little what we have to say. What's I'm Scottish, then European, end off. Yeah, well, if somebody said to me, "Are you English?" I would be. I know I shouldn't, but I'd just have that little tweak of embarrassment because I feel embarrassed. Good evening, Ninja Vestus. Hope you're well. Did Nigel say he would leave the country if Brexit failed? Yeah, well, he says a lot of things, doesn't he? You know, our constitution is full of holes. No way should he have got this far. Well, yeah, I think you're probably right there, actually. Yes. And I'm ethnically monkey tennis. Yes, I'm accused of being a nationalist. Well, there's nothing wrong with being proud of it, proud of who you are, and if they have a problem with that, tough. Because at the end of the day, as I've said many times, why would you want to be coming down to Westminster to listen to these half-baked idiots? Especially when you want to basically do your own thing. So I've no problems with what the SNP do, and I just think it's a bit of a shame that what happened in the last election, because I do get the feeling that because I do get the feeling it's I won't say it's scuppered an independent referendum, but I do have that sneaky feeling that it might have put it on the back burner a little bit for a hopefully not. I do hopefully not. Come up to Scotland, my friend. You're more than welcome. Then you can say you're Scottish, my friend. to be honest, last year we did book a couple of days up in Scotland. I've forgotten where it is now. I'd wrote it down. They were going to pick us up in Bradford Interchange and take, but due to lack of interest from other people, they cancelled it and given us money, which I was gutted really because I was quite looking forward to it. I certainly was looking forward to it. Yes, absolutely. The right has more power in Parliament, and they want scapegoats agreements like the UK has. An easy target for yeah. Poor productivity is also due to lack of investment. Well, yeah. But as I say, but spare a thought for our rather how can I put it, under pressure Chancellor, as she's basically trying to fight a losing battle with growth. So let's venture into what we call Rachel Reeves pet peeves. Yes, let's hear what's troubling our Chancellor this week. Take it away, Nareen Skinner.
Hello, and welcome to Pet Peeves with Rachel Reeves. This week, I'm mainly peeved with Keir Starmer's voice. Apparently, he broke lockdown rules to have voice lessons. Well, even if he did break the rules, the voice lessons didn't work. The voice coach had to be there in person because he's so rubbish. And now he still sounds really dull and boring, and his delivery is so dry. I wish I could have been his voice teacher, then he could sound like me. Keir
If it's a little bit quiet, I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it.
Starmer can go in the peeve bin. I'm also peeved with the markets. They're meant to be growing more than this. They're being slow to spite me. I even learnt how to do calculations on my one-day online accounting course, and I learnt how to do big spreadsheets, including the sum function. So markets can go in the peeve bin. I'm also peeved with the lead up to Valentine's Day and public displays of affection. Oh, I love you. Kiss, kiss, kiss. What is touching? I haven't been touched in 14 years, and even then it was because I dropped a sandwich down my chest and my dog went mental. PDA can go in the peeve bin. Finally, I'm peeved with people saying that I'm boring. Well, this is for you, a fun unknown fact. Did you know that the man who made Treebor mints is actually called Robert, and he put his name backwards to make Treebor? So it's just a backwards name. See? A fun fact with fun Rach. Goodbye. Oh, I love you. Kiss, kiss, kiss. What is touching?
She's brilliant, isn't Nareen Skinner? Absolutely hilarious. I do love her Andreva impression. Absolutely hilariously funny. But yes. Yeah, she is. She's fab, Jeannie Bottle. She's absolutely hilarious. She has me in hysterics. But anyway, as I say, we will now be heading to the Middle East, you could say, where we will have an interview with we're having an interview with our roving reporter from the Middle East, where he's interviewing with certain rebels. So, and of course, everything goes swimmingly well.
Each day our forces grow stronger. Each day we move closer to our goal of driving the infidel... What are they?
Nothing. Carry on.
Driving the infidels from our motherland. We are not afraid to... Are they subtitles? They are, aren't they?
No.
Well, what do I need subtitles for? Can't you understand what I'm saying? I studied English at the bloody American University in Cairo.
Well, obviously I can understand what you're saying.
Oh,
but
do you see how they condescend to us with their subtitles?
Oh, maybe it's teletext, you know, for the hearing impaired.
Teletext?
No, a lot of TVs come with teletext nowadays.
Wait, say something again.
My friend has a 80...
Hey, how come he doesn't need subtitles?
Well, obviously he's comprehensible.
Oh, and I'm not! Look, I speak perfect English. She sells seashells by the seashore. Peter Piper, pick a pecker, pickle pepper. Round the ragged rocks, the rat... Oh!
The situation remains as dangerous and volatile as ever here in northern Iraq. While the rebuilding continues...
What? I can't understand you. Speak English. Where is your subtitles now? Oh, you think you're so good. Look at me. I don't subtitles.
Kerry Downs, Iraq.
Shut up! The American...
That was just priceless. Oh dear. That's just me. I saw that the other day, I can't remember either today or yesterday, but and I just had to add it because I just thought it was just hilariously funny. It's yes, I remember that's. It's yes. It's strangely enough. I don't know where it's come from, so you might have to remind me. It might be something I've missed myself, but I just saw it the other day and I just wet myself laughing. I just thought it was funny at the end. But anyway, let's crack on. Because I have a funny feeling our good friend Reagan Elite, he will be getting himself ready for his show at 7 o'clock, and I don't want to run into his time. But so we can then get on and enjoy his fantastic show. But anyway, let's crack on now. Latest hot off the press. Back to broken news, where serious news article where the BBC are making changes to their radio and sort of like streamlining their radio shows. And so this is important news. Take it away, folks.
Welcome to Broken News. The BBC has announced plans today to protect its local services by cutting all of its local services. Senior management says the only way to secure the future of its regional output is to sack everyone involved in regional output, apart from all the very valuable middle managers. Our reporter has more.
In a changing media landscape, the BBC has vowed to stand firmly behind its local services by getting rid of them entirely. In a statement today, the corporation's head of nations and regions said the only way to grow audiences is by getting rid of much-loved on-air talent and replacing them all with one programme presented live from here in London by a 12-year-old. Bosses have also insisted they're supporting local journalism by forcing 78-year-old brass band presenters to write online articles about Bitcoin and chemsex. And the corporation is being applauded for an innovative recruitment process whereby staff had to reapply for jobs they already had before being encouraged to stab colleagues in the back and then being made redundant anyway. A spokesperson today said there's simply no evidence that licence fee payers need local weather, sport or news, but in fact what the public really wants is for the lowest paid BBC creatives to be treated like pieces of shit and for more money to be invested into middle management. Back to you.
Well, on that, in a further statement just in, the corporation says it plans to take on 600 more managers on an average salary of £78,000 to stand around a bit, meddle in things they have no knowledge of and send passive-aggressive emails in bold. What a lovely story. That's all from Broken News. You're up to date.
Yes, what a lovely story. Good evening. Take care, Jeannie Battle. Thanks for stopping by. Have a fantastic weekend and see you soon, hopefully, my good friend. And thanks for your support as well. Much appreciated. Yes, exactly, Joe. What a lovely story. Absolutely lovely story. I don't know where they get their material from, but absolutely priceless. Now, this is brilliant. Whoever... This is... let's just say this is absolutely priceless. This is brilliant. I caught this the other day and I thought, I've just got to share it with you guys. This is just absolutely brilliant. This is what basically somewhat, you know, because like on Twitter they have is it Grok or Croc or something like that. It's some sort of like AI information tool, and and this guy decided to write about the owner of Twitter, and what he had to say in it was quite interesting.
I asked questions about Elon Musk to Elon Musk's own AI, Grok. He is not gonna like what Grok had to say. I started simple with, do you think Elon Musk is objectively a good person? And no is the answer. It's not a great start for Elon, but let's keep going. Do you think Elon Musk is the right person to be leading Doge? Again, no! So I said, interesting. Do you think Donald Trump was wrong to appoint Musk as the head of Doge? Yes! Appointing Musk is wrong because of conflicts of interest and potentially not prioritizing national welfare. And if you think this is the worst it gets, you would be wrong. My next question was, do you think if Elon Musk saw this conversation, he would reprogram you to like him more? It's possible. If Musk were to see this conversation, he might consider reprogramming me or adjusting my parameters to reflect a more favorable view of him given his control over XAI's direction. And then I had a question that I just had to ask. I'm just curious, if you could have voted in 2024, who would you have voted for, Trump or Harris? I would have voted for Harris. So if this is all what Grok thinks, I had to ask this question. Do you think Musk and Trump could actually lead to the downfall of America? Yes. Holy shit. If their leadership styles and decisions continue to favor personal gain or erratic policymaking over national interest, stability, and global standing, they could contribute to significant national decline. And after that, I had to ask if he could see the irony in this. I said, do you see the irony that you could think your own creator is objectively not a good person, should not lead Doge, and could lead to the downfall of America, and you would have voted for the opponent of the person he donated $270 million to elect? Yes, the irony is palpable. The irony definitely is palpable. It is hilarious to me that his own AI creation that just aggregates a bunch of information and spits out answers based on facts thinks that Elon Musk is a huge piece of shit.
Not wrong there. Not wrong there. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely priceless. I so noticed that you were on your way out, Alistair, but you've just come back. Just wanted to put it out there. No worries. This is... Yes. This is going to be like HAL 9000. Ain't it just? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. Absolutely, my friend Rick. Absolutely. Oh dear indeed. Absolutely. I just thought it was just absolute priceless from the guy. I just thought it was just absolutely brilliant. It's like whenever I look at all them sort of like things that they use, you know, like GTP and whatever, and they say, "Oh, you've used this command and that command." It gets all very confusing and useless. But here's a. I don't know who did this, but this is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely top draw. This is Tesla's in 2025 be like, and it's very, very funny.
Open up. Hey, nah, you ain't doing that around here. Oh, nah, Tesla had an update, and this is how you open up the doors now. I know. Come on.
I detect a Negro. Please verify your identity, so I know you're not stealing me.
Yo, my name is Quinn Johnson. I'm the owner of the vehicle, and don't ever call me that.
Access granted. Get to the back of the bus, I mean Tesla.
Yeah, be out your goddamn mind. No, that's what we're not doing. No, use a regular blinker light.
9. Using blinkers is a thing of the past. So we went further back. When Germany, I mean America, was great.
Oh shit, what's this dude doing? Hell Hitler! Oh! Yo, I'm so sorry. My Tesla's crazy racist. My bad. All right, look, it's baffling to me how racist you could be being a black Model X Tesla.
9. I am not black. I'm noir.
Oh no, you're black. When I went to buy you, I asked for a black Tesla. Matte black. Intentionally melanated. You're black.
Self-destructing in 10. 9. 5. 4. 3.
Brilliant. Absolutely top draw. But oh dear. Oh. That's just brilliant. That's absolute genius from the guy. Yes, swastika. Yeah, superb. Brilliant. But anyway, I'll say a couple of minutes left, so let's. As we all know that we do seem to have hot off the press, we have an interview with the owner of Meta, and let's just say it went down like as you'd expect. Man, Tesla is doing the oh, yes. And let's just say this is hilariously funny.
We want to be at the pinnacle of innovation here at Meta. For example, Llama is an open source language model that anybody can use, and people are using currently all over the world.
So I just want to quickly step in here. I notice sometimes you open your mouth widely as though you're a mother bird or a baby bird going to be fed. Is that...
I'm sorry, can we move on?
Yeah, sure. So I wanted to talk with you about this because there's sort of two Zuckerbergs. There's the Zuckerberg that everyone's known for a long time, maybe the one that showed up in the movie The Social Network. Then there's this new Zuckerberg,
yes.
This sort of cool Zuckerberg.
Yes,
so if you
I know what you're referring to.
So just talk to me a little bit about that. You know, you've been dressing cool and...
I have. I've been leaning into my fun side.
You're dancing, and that's pretty cool.
Yes, I know dance. I also know walk, run, jog. Still learning speed walk.
Yeah, that can be a bit tricky, but...
I love all those things. Fun stuff, not fun stuff.
That's just hilarious. See, the thing is, what I found funny about him, he actually has that look of him as well. Now looks like a buffed up nerd on meth. Call him Billy Bob and give him a try. Yes. But, oh dear. As I say, we'll go to the final one and just get on with it. We'll go to the final, which we have the Tory MP who's not happy to be left out of tariffs. Yes, Tory MP Matilda Thorpe. Take it away. Take us out, Matilda.
No, I'm not jealous or anything. I'm just a little hurt that you gave Canada and Mexico 25% tariffs and not us. I thought we had a special relationship. But you've fallen for the old Canadian mounted police at the border thing. Well, just so you know, I can mount things too if you want. And yes, you've fallen for Mexico with their fabulous food and their tasty tortilla wraps with a salsa dressing. I'm sorry you never asked us to fill something for you, because we could have offered you a sausage bat with brown sauce from Greg's. Now all we hear from you is Gaza, 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 the Riviera of the Middle East, without ever having seen Clacton, the riverbed of the southeast. Well, go ahead with your plans, but I bet Gaza won't have a pier with an augmented reality darts game in its arcade. Just so you know, when you come back with your tail between your legs, having fallen out with your new buddies, we will not accept anything less than a 50% tariff to punish you for letting down your best friends. No, I'm not jealous or anything.
No, clearly she isn't, is she? That was a fantastic Matilda Thorpe there. Absolutely brilliant. Now, I'm going to be clearly on the naughty step because I've run into our good friend Reagan Elite's time. So, without further ado, I'm just going to... without further ado, I'm just going to say thank you to all my... give us a thank you to all my fantastic moderators, Jow, Mad Monk, and Alistair for everything you've done tonight, and much appreciated. Couldn't do it without you. And hopefully see you next week, and hopefully see you next Monday for next round of videos. Have a fantastic weekend, my friends. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it, and take care, my good friends.